Hello everybody, Ju22 here, and welcome back to Let's Play Kirby's Return to Dreamland. And this Let's Play is brought to you by MuchGames.ca. And, well, in the last episode, we took on the first stage of World 2. And I still have the hammer ability. But, notwithstanding that, we'll move on to Level 2, or Stage 2, whatever you want to call it. Now... Oh, before I go any further, you see that enemy? Well, it's kind of hard to explain, but here goes. And, okay, I was having a hard time trying to get up there, but... You see this enemy? It's sleeping. So you would think, well, don't hit the enemy, otherwise it's going to attack you, right? Well, not exactly. In fact, it just does nothing but sleep. But that's not even the worst of it. If you were to eat the enemy and swallow it, well, I'll show you later what happens if you do. But, the best course of action would be just to ignore it completely. Oh, but we do have a new power-up. The water ability! And you can do a lot of things with water. And, yeah, you can attack with water, if that wasn't unbelievable enough. But, you can actually dash very, very fast on land using the water ability. And as I say that, this place kind of looks like an oasis in the desert. Of course, just be careful with the water enemies, but... anyway, while you're underwater, with the water ability, yeah, your water attacks... the power of your water attacks is doubled, so that can be a very useful thing, especially in the later levels. And in this little cove, well, there's actually nothing, but it didn't hurt to look. You just get stars and some food. I've always wondered, how does food appear out of nowhere? I mean, I don't get it, but I mentioned it before, it's video game logic. But we have a new power-up, the Stone ability, or Rock, as it was formerly known. And here's what you do. Yeah, you press the attack button while in midair. That way, when you come down hard. Well, not like that, but you know what I mean. And of course, in the process, you turn into very different things while you're in stone. That isn't to say that, well, you know, how do I put this? I mean, it's a good way to stone the enemies, if you get my drift. But you can also use it on slopes, and you slide a long way. But you also need it to get through areas you wouldn't be able to get through, and you'll see why in just a moment. So yeah, whenever you turn into stone, you turn into different things. If we go down here... with the stone ability... Oh. Go to the right. Now you see this thing? Well, you wouldn't be able to do much with it unless you did this. Watch. Yep, you access a secret door you wouldn't be able to get if you didn't have the stone ability. Now... this one is kind of a race to get to the cog. And watch. Yeah, if you were not quick enough, you wouldn't be able to get to the energy sphere. But of course, it's not one and done. You can actually leave the room and come back in and try again. So the game is not that evil. So I commend the team for doing that. and making it a little bit more easier, especially for a Let's Player such as myself. Not that I really need that much help, but it helps. It really does. Of course, you can't really do much underwater. In fact, most abilities, whatever you have, while underwater are completely useless, especially the stone ability. In which case, you'll have to just use your normal water attacks. And, well, you know what? I don't need the stone ability for too long. Okay. Now, this is an opportunity to get a 1-up, but you have to be very, very precise on how to do this. Now, I will say that if you have... Well, I'll show you. Yeah, I was trying to get the life while using the water ability to get that 1-up. There you go. That's how you do it if you're the single player. If you have at least 2 players, then you can coordinate who gets what, or who does what, you know, that sort of thing. My water attacks do more damage while underwater, while I have the water ability. It's just amazing, the power of water. Okay, now here's a little puzzle. You have to pick which one will open the way to the energy sphere, and I picked correctly. Because if you open the other one, what you would be doing is releasing the enemies. Not that they're hard, but a Gordo doesn't really help. And I just lost my water ability. But as I was saying, yeah, you can play with up to 4 players if you had 3 friends coming over to play. I'll do my best to try to show off multiplayer. I'll do my best, but I can't make any guarantees. But I don't know, we'll see. Anyway, here's a door that we can't get through. And we can't get through it any other way unless we pull the switch. So yeah, from this point onward, if you see a switch, more often than not, you should pull the switch. I mean, there are some instances where you don't want to do that, but we'll get to that when we get to it. Right now, just watch out for the flames. No, not the Calgary flames, but still, watch out for the flames. Not that the flames will kill you. I mean, they can, but if you take too much damage, you will get hurt. Oh, and here's one of my favorite abilities. The Flare Beam! And what you do is, you fire a very powerful beam, and you use the directional pad to move the beam. It not only does a lot of damage, but if you do it right, you will be able to destroy just about anything that's around you. So that's one of the reasons I like the beam ability, especially the flare beam, because you can just do a lot of damage and you can control it. Like that, see? And if you want to stop using the power of the beam, you just have to press the attack button, I believe, in order to stop. But yeah, you have to control the beam, or where it goes, with the directional pad, so... And of course you have to have a very steady hand, otherwise you might miss, and... You know, the flare beam will come into play in later stages, so keep that in mind. But, otherwise, we've accessed another Looming Darkness level. And in we go! So as before, run, swim, whatever you have to do, just don't get squashed. if I didn't say it before, the looming darkness doesn't kill you if you touch it, but if you get caught between a rock and a hard place, it's not going to end well for you. So just keep going. I mean, if you have to take a couple of hits to survive, then just do what you have to do. Just keep going, don't look back. Just keep going. I mean, if I haven't said it before, this is one of my favorite songs. In fact, I mentioned it to Man, or the Man 900, when he actually LP'd the game. And you know what? Speaking of Man, he is Let's Playing Starfy, or as it was known in Japan, I'll translate it for you, Legend of Starfy 2. He is Let's Playing that game. It's a very awesome game. It's just the only problem is I can't read Japanese, and neither can he, but oh well. Anyway, we have the Spear Doomer. You know, the Spear Doomers do different things. They come in different colors, and they do different things, so you have to expect the unexpected. Okay, so he drops fire attacks. I'm not sure if you can swallow them. In fact, I didn't even test that out. In the midst of the fight, I was just trying to survive. So yeah, just try to anticipate what he'll do. And I missed. I mean, he's a quick mother, I'll tell you. Alright, I got him. So yeah, whenever you spit things at him, he takes more damage than if you had a power-up and used it on him. But I got him. Like a boss. Wow. Ever since the second level overall, I've collected every single energy spear and haven't missed one in a single level since. So I'm doing pretty well for myself. Not to say I'm a Kirby player, but I know what I'm doing. Number 1. Ooh, yeah! And we've unlocked Copyability Room 1. You get this when you get 20 energy spears. In fact, I'll show it to you when we get back on the Lore Star Cutter. But until then, we'll go to the 3rd level of this world. And with that said, have a nice day, and I'll see you for the next episode. Peace!